from the Colin's Hope Studios. Again, we got Colin and Alexander and Buddy and a special guest, a very special guest today, one of my favorite people on the planet. And she is also our board chair and a educator, retired educator, but still educating, and specifically lots and lots of water safety and aquatics and talking to kids and adults about being safer around water. And that is our esteemed guest today, Susan Tyson. And she is going to, and see, I'm going to use my cheat sheet here for the title of this. Today, we're coming at you with water safety science, home pool safety investigation. And so before I get Susan on and for me to stop talking, I do want to, again, remind you guys out there, first of all, kids, if you're there, get a pencil and paper because you will need it. You will be, Ms. Tyson will have you doing things and investigating, which is awesome. And then parents and caregivers, a quick reminder of why we're doing these, coming at you in your home. We know you're working, you're doing online school, you're doing all these things. And sadly, that increases our risk of kids having access to water, which increases our risks of drowning. And today we did get notice that we have had 2 fatal child drownings in Texas just this week, and one in a bathtub and one in a backyard pool. So we sadly, we knew that this probably was going to be the reality, and it is. And so that is why we are here in your living rooms or wherever it is that we are, trying to bring water safety to the front of your minds, to your families, to your kids. Use this opportunity of us all being at home to educate and really get this in front of you. So that is why we're doing this. And we'll challenge the adults and caregivers to go take our water safety quiz. But for right now, this next 20 minutes is all about you kids. And so get that pencil and paper. And I'm going to turn it over to Susan Tyson. Take it away, teacher.
Hey, thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Jessica, for inviting me to be here in the classroom today. My classroom is kind of small today, and this is a little different for me, but I can get used to it. Kids, I am so glad that you are here with me today, and I know that you've just been dying to do some science, so we're going to do some science today. We're primarily just going to focus on using our eyes. We're going to use our safety eyes like this, and we're going to use our mind, and we're going to do a safety investigation on home pools, specifically the swimming pool that you like to be in, the one that you like to play in. So before we get started, you need to have a pencil and paper. Have you got it? Okay, give you a second to go get it. While you're doing that, I'm going to talk to your grown-ups. Grown-ups, listen up. There are several websites that we're going to use today that you can get on and get some more information about layers of protection. And also, you can get some more games. We've got a few from Colin's Hope, but there's some more on poolsafely.gov, and a really good song by Larkner that I cannot seem to get out of my mind, even when I'm in the kitchen cooking. So it's a good one, and your kids will enjoy it. So head over to those sites and get some more information. Okay, kids, are you back with me? Pencil, paper, wait. Pencil, my paper. And here we go. Using our safety eyes, that's what we're going to do today, and using our minds to think, we're going to investigate the swimming pools that we love best and that we play with the most. When we're finished today, I'm going to give you an assignment. And it's a doozy, and it'll be great. And you will love doing this assignment, and we are going to love you sharing your assignment with us. All right, here we go with today's lesson. A home pool safety investigation. This is how it goes, Colin's Hope kids. First of all, think about that pool that you like to go to. I don't have a pool, but my friend does. Are you in that situation? Some of you are. So I'm thinking about my friend's swimming pool. What does it have? Does it have a fence? Does it have a gate? Does it have steps? Does it have a safety rope? Does it have ladders? I'm thinking of all the things that are at that pool that I like and that I see when I go visit that pool and I play in that pool. Now, here's what I want you to do. Take your pencil and your paper, and I want you to draw your friend's pool. I'm going to draw my friend's pool. It's kind of like a backward C, which we call kind of a kidney bean pool. Can you see my pool? Maybe. All right, and then I'm going to put the steps in my friend's pool. Put your steps in, or maybe your friend has just ladders. My friend has a ladder here, and I'm not a very good artist, so you don't have to be a Picasso to do this assignment. And then there's another ladder over here. My friend has a safety rope. So I'm drawing the safety rope in. And let's see, the other features on my friend's pool. Oh, there's one more ladder I forgot about. It's right here. Now, there's something else around my friend's pool that I haven't drawn on here. Can you think of what it is? Think, scientists. You're right, it's the fence. I've got to put the fence up. So here is my fence. And I'm just drawing a curvy, wavy line that represents the fence. And part of the fence, I'm going to talk about, part of the fence is right here, and it's not a fence at all. It's way off over here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually my friend's home. So their fence partially is their home. Now, we'd like for this fence to go all the way around the pool, but that's not the way my friend's pool is. If you have a home, I don't even know if you can see what I'm writing. The joys of this classroom. Here we go. Can you see it? Let me see. If the friend's home is right here and is part of the fence, then there's probably some doors coming out of the house. We're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. So draw everything in. Have you got that all done? Okay. I want you to think a minute. Is that pool open all the time? Is it unlocked all the time? Are there rules in that pool? When you go to that pool, are there rules? When I go to my friend's house, she has rules on a sign. And before we go in her backyard, we have to know the rules. We review them before we go into her backyard where her pool is. So there's got to be some rules. What else? Oh, if it's your backyard pool, do you have family rules for your pool? If you don't, we've got some help for you at Colin's Hope, where you can make your own rules for your backyard pool. And you should do that. Take some time to do that. That's an additional assignment that I'm giving you, I guess. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at some different things that you need to know about backyard pools, neighborhood pools, maybe your neighbor's pool, your friend's pool. When I go to my friend's pool, I have to make sure that we have supervision and rules. Supervision is your grown-up. Point to your grown-up. Where's your grown-up? Is your grown-up sitting with you? There's my grown-up. Have you got your grown-up? Good. Always have your grown-up with you when you go to the swimming pool, when you go to the lake, when you go to the ocean, when you go to water and it's playtime, even your bathtub, you've got to have your grown-up with you. Please take your grown-up. And when you take your grown-up, do you see this? It says no phones. No. No phones. This is my no button.
No. N-O.
No phones. You can have a phone there for an emergency situation, but you shouldn't be talking on the phone. You shouldn't be texting on the phone. And if your grown-up is, you need to politely ask them not to. And if they can't do it at that time, get out of the water and wait until they can have their eyes on you. Got it? Good. Now, this also includes books. I have a friend that likes to read books when she sits by the pool. But she doesn't have kids in the pool. If you kids are in the pool and your grown-up is reading a book, that's not a good time to be in the pool. So wait until your grown-up is finished or ask them to put the book away until you're done playing. Also, I know some people that like to take naps by the pool, but taking a nap while you're watching the kids is not a good idea. So if your grown-up is tired, that's probably not a good time to go to the swimming pool. Always go over the pool rules when you go to the swimming pool. Let's talk about fences. How about that? Do you know how tall fences are supposed to be? I hear some good guesses out there. Well, let me tell you, fences have to be at least 4 feet. Can you see that on my measuring stick? 4. But we would like them to be 5 feet. And you know what? My friend has a 6-foot fence. So that's even better. My friend doesn't have any gaps or holes in the fence. You can't climb through it. You can't go under it, and you can't go through it. You got to go through the gate. So, just to review, fences need to be how many feet? 4, that's right. And we'd like them to be, that's right, Alyssa and Jessica, you're doing a good job. Now, I got something to show you. Do you have one of these that you play with in the water? Oh, I love these to play with. I love to teach with these. These are some of my favorite toys, these noodles. Take a look at this. If you're not sure what 4 feet is, your noodle, most noodles are just about 4 feet. So if you put a fist on top of your noodle, that's a little over 4 feet. So if you're checking a fence for the right height, take your toy with you. All right, I'm going to put my toy away. And I'm going back to my chart. Now, here's another thing. We don't want those gaps or holes, and we do not climb fences.
No!
We do not climb fences to get into swimming pools, to lakes, to rivers, retention ponds, whatever water it is. Don't climb the fence. Stay away from the fence. It's there for protection. It's a layer of protection. It keeps people out. All righty. Let's go to our next area we want to investigate. Gates and latches. Think about the gate that's on your friend's fence. Think about the gate that's on your fence, your neighborhood pool fence. Think about how it opens and closes. Does that gate open toward you when you walk up to it and you're wanting to go in? Or does it push in towards the pool? Using my investigator brain, and I'm thinking, my friend's gate opens towards me because I always have to pull this way and go through the gate. So my friend's gate opens towards me. That's a good thing. The gate should open to you. You should have to pull the gate, not push the gate. If you push the gate, that means it's opening towards the pool. And if that gate was not latched properly, or it wasn't locked properly, then some little itty bitty friend of ours could walk up to the pool and accidentally push on the pool gate and it goes open. And when that gate's open and the pool's inside, what is our little itty bitty friend going to want to do? They're going to be attracted to the water. They're going to want to go in the water or touch the water. And that is dangerous. And we don't want our itty bitty friends to be in that situation. We don't want any of our friends to be in that situation. So gates should pull open, not push open. So remember that when you go to the pool. And the gate should close on its own and latch on its own. That means if I pull the gate open and I let it go, it should go all the way shut and latch. And nobody should be able to open it if it's shaken. So remember to test your gates at your friend's pool, your backyard pool, your neighborhood pool. Make sure that they are closing and latching. All right? Good thing to know. So another thing, door alarms. I said my friend's home is part of the fence. And actually, my friend is looking at building a fence all the way around the pool. But until my friend does, she has a door alarm. This is a door alarm. Now, this door alarm is attached to the door. And if one of the people in her house go out that door while she's in the house, she's doing what she needs to do, and one of the kids, one of the neighborhood kids, anybody goes through that door, this is what she hears. Get ready. It's loud. Oh my goodness. Do you hear that screaming noise? Well, that screaming noise means somebody needs to go check out what's going on. So the screaming noise of a door alarm, if that's one of the entries into your pool, should be on at all times. And it will go off and notify the grown-ups in the house that someone has gone out that door. All right, so door alarms. We also have pool alarms. Pool alarms sit in the pool. Now, this is a bucket, but let's pretend it's a pool alarm. It sits in the pool, or it hangs on the side of the pool. And when the water is jiggled by somebody touching it or getting in it, the motion sensor inside the alarm goes off, and it sends off another screaming noise like we just heard, and it alerts everybody around that something or someone has jiggled the water in the pool, and it needs to be checked out. Not ignored, checked out. So when you hear the beeping or the screeching, that means you better start seeking. See where everybody is and make sure no one is in the pool. All right, we're getting towards the fun part now. Flotation devices. Wow, there are all kinds of toys that we play with. You saw my bucket. You saw my noodle. And my Bucky Ducky. Yeah, Bucky Ducky goes to the pool with me a lot in swimming lessons. And sifters. I have all kinds of balls and lots of fun toys I play with in the pool. But there are good toys and there are some not so good toys. Let's talk about good toys. Good toys are things like diving rings. Love diving for things on the bottom of the pool or halfway down through the water and grabbing things and pulling them back up and showing how good of a swimmer I am. Torpedoes. The little rubber torpedoes are fun to play with. Squirt toys are fun to play with. And sponges. Those are good, wonderful toys to play with. Even some balls. As long as you're not throwing them with a lot of people in the pool, you're not hitting them in the head. Unless it's your brother, and that might be kind of fun. There's another kind of toy that probably isn't a good idea to have in the pool. Water wings and inflatable toys. Have you seen those water wings that kids wear? Maybe you've worn them. Well, the water wings they're okay as long as your adult is holding you and touching you. But they should never, ever, ever, ever be worn without an adult holding on to you. That is just not a good idea. And you know what I call them? I call them pop-ems. One of my friends taught me that, and I kind of like that. So those are called pop-ems. That means if they get a teeny tiny hole in them, they're not going to be any good. They're going to deflate, and they're not going to hold you up. They're not going to be supportive. So you want to get something around you that holds you up a little bit better. How many of you have seen one of these? Okay, kind of looks like the water wings, doesn't it? But it's not the inflatable water wings. This is a Coast Guard approved life jacket. And it says so right there on the inside. And this is a Coast Guard approved life jacket. But let's talk about this for just a minute. These are really good to use when I teach swimming lessons, and I use them as a teaching tool. They're great, and they're great to use if mom, dad, or some other grown-up that's with you is holding on to it. When I'm with one of my little friends in the pool, I always make sure I'm hanging on to this. And then when we're about finished for the day, we take this off and we practice swimming with just me alone so that we know that it was really the life jacket that was keeping us up, not just the person holding us. So it's really a really good idea to wear those, but to also practice not wearing those so that you know what it's like. So if you have a little brother or sister, that might be a good thing to tell mom or dad. All right, so flotation devices are used for toys. They're used as life-saving devices. They're used for teaching. And I think we're about done. There's one more thing I want to remind you of. When you go to a swimming pool and you're having all this fun swimming around a swimming pool, when you're finished, take your toys with you, put them away. I know your parents will appreciate that. And pick up all the trash, pick up all the food, all the wrappers, all the cups, anything that can blow into the pool. Because things that are left in the pool, if a small child, one of our little itty bitty friends sees them, they may want to go get them out and they may fall in. And they don't mean to fall in, but they will. So take all the trash and all the toys out with you and put them away. And even the things that are on the outside of the fence, put them away too. No wagons, no trikes, no bicycles up against the fence, because we don't want them to be there so somebody climbs over and gets into the pool. So real quick in review, what did we do? We investigated the pool that we like to go to. Does it have a grown-up? Does it have rules? Does it have fences, gates and latches? And do they work? Remember, pull, not push, and latch, close and latch. Door alarms, do we have them? Are they on? Pool alarms, flotation devices, good and bad ones. And always clean the pool area before you leave. Put everything away. All right, I got a challenge for you and I got an assignment for you. Here's the challenge. You need to tell your grown-up what you learned today. Sometime, maybe over dinner tonight, you'll tell your grown-up, hey, this is what I learned today. And maybe we should think about this for when we go to the pool. Tell them one thing that you learned today. Then, part 2 of the challenge is to tell two people that don't know this, maybe your friends, maybe you can get online and Zoom with a couple friends and teach them some water safety. You can be a water safety teacher. You know this material now. Also, here's your assignment. And we are so excited about this, aren't we, Alyssa and Jessica?
Yes.
Yay! We want to hear from you, but here's how we want to hear from you. We want you to create a water safety poster off of all of the things that you've been learning through Colin and friends over the last couple of weeks. And if you're not sure, go online and watch some of our shows, and maybe you'll get a good idea to make a poster. Then I want you to create a poster for us, and I want you to post it on Facebook. Tag us. Make sure you tag Colin's Hope, or you can just send it right to Colin's Hope. How about that? We'd like to see what your water safety ideas are. All righty? Any questions, class?
I don't have a question, but I have something that I want to add, Miss Tyson.
Yes.
So in the posters, another thing that we can put on those posters is our family's water safety rules. That would be something that we could put on that poster, because we have another show that we did a couple days ago about coming up with your family's water safety rules. And so if you put those rules on your poster, then we can add them to our big giant list of water safety rules that we have. So that would be awesome. And then there's another couple of websites that we wanted to mention, and they're in the comments. One is APSP. And that is going to have some really good information that you can look at that and look at, put it on your poster. And then also another one called helpandhope.org that has a Lifeguard 101 and has some really cool games. And you can see it on the screen. Really cool things that you can do around water safety inside and outside of your house. So this has been amazing. I know I actually learned some things. You have a lock.
I have a lock. Why do I have a lock?
I don't know. Why do you have a lock?
Well, because all pools should be locked right now. They should be taken care of for sanitation reasons, but all pools should be locked right now. We're not supposed to be swimming. That's kind of the way it is. But you know what? Summer's coming, and this will be over soon, and I hope everybody's family is very safe and very well.
We do too. And thank you again for coming and being our water safety teacher. This was super fun. Got a glimpse into what your classroom was like. And I guess from it's almost the weekend. So from Colin's Hope, we're going to sign off, and we hope that you have a best day ever. And please do your posters, come up with your rules, go watch some of our other water safety shows, and we will see you next week. Thank you, Miss Tyson.
Bye. Love y'all. Bye.